Hey guys, what's up? Today we're here to talk about the Easy One Touch 3, which is a car mount from iOttie. Now I really love this company's car mounts. In a moment I'm going to tell you why. First, let's get into the unboxing. So here's what the box looks like. Now it's a very minimal and compact branding that they have on the box. It makes it look very, professional and elegant. On the top of the box they have a small little scale which actually shows the kinds of phones that fit in here, and it says 2.3 inches to about 3.5 inches. Looking towards the side, what they're trying to show is the actual functionality of the car mount, and what you see here is the release mechanism, and at the bottom is the way you insert a phone into the car mount, and we'll look at it later in detail. Looking at the back of the box, they actually demonstrate with some pictures the different ways you could actually mount this in a car. And on the other side is a description of the sticky gel pad that they have, and that it can be washed and reused. So that's pretty much it around the box. Let's unbox this thing and take a look at what's inside. Alright, so taking a look inside, we actually have the mount. Let's keep that aside. Now this looks like the base of the mount, and let's see what else we have inside. Alright, so there's like a sticky pad, and there's two other pieces of literature. Let's move the car mount to the side for a bit. So taking a look at the literature, the big booklet that comes with it. So it's showing diagrams on how the phone, the mount actually works, and it actually describes the different pieces of the mount, how they go in, and the different positions you could keep the mount in. Now this is another booklet where they're talking about texting and driving, and is it worth it, and just a safety message, I guess. Don't drive while texting, those kind of things. And the last piece here is a sticky pad which you would use to protect your dashboard if you constantly take on and off your car mount. Now let's look at the actual car mount. It comes in two pieces. The first piece is where you actually put the phone. And the second piece, which is the piece that goes onto your dashboard or your windshield, and it's got a little suction cup behind it. Alright, so let's take a look at the piece which holds the smartphone. Now looking behind, you'll actually see a little nut which can be twisted to loosen or tighten the grip on the base mount. This will actually help you in adjusting the angle at which the phone is kept. Towards the bottom, they actually have another nut which controls the height at which a smartphone can be rested on the base. Flipping it over, now this is the best thing that I love about iOttie car mounts. The way to insert a phone is by just pressing that button right there. Let's try this out with an actual phone. So you rest the phone on the base, and then all you need to do is push the phone against the button, and boom, it just latches onto the phone. And I love this feature about the car mount. Releasing it is very simple. You just push on the buttons on the side and the phone's in your hands. It's literally that simple. Now let's take a look at the base. So again, the base also has a nut which you can loosen and pull out the part that actually attaches to the smartphone mount. Now there's another screw which loosens to allow the arm to swivel back and forth. And so what you see here is, I think, the longest arrangement that you can do with this car mount. And then there's this latch which allows you to securely mount the suction cup to the dashboard. So let's quickly attach the base to the actual smartphone mount and see what that looks like. Just loosen the nut a little bit and push the base in. Adjust the angle a little bit, and once you're done with that, tighten the nut, and that's pretty much it. Let's try another angle. All we need to do is loosen the nut a little bit, swivel the arm back all the way, and that's a much shorter version of the mount. And to attach it to a windshield, just put it at an angle as such, and that's all. Alright, so now let's take it to the car and install it and see what it looks like. And I apologize for the video in advance because there was no setup there, so the video from my car is actually from my phone. Alright, let's go ahead and check it out. This is where I'm actually going to install the car mount. I have like a plate pass, easy pass thing, and a little grippy thing here. Now I could install it over there so that it's directly in front of the steering wheel, but there are times when I need the passenger to actually pull out the phone to do things, and so that's why I place it in the center console over here. I could even place it on top of this and it would extend out to about here, and I'm going to give that a shot as well and see how that works or how that looks. Alright, so I'll go ahead and install this and then show you what it turns out to be. So this is what I finally decided to do. I was trying to think if it fits over here on this dashboard, but then what was happening was that it would come all the way in the center and I wasn't able to see the 2 meters behind. So what I did is I installed it on this side. So it's actually accessible. I'll be sitting right here. It's actually reachable very easily from the driver's seat, and also if the passenger wants to or needs to do anything from here, it's easy for him to access the phone as well. And now this is the actual view from the driver's side. This is me right here, and I don't have to reach a lot. There the phone is. Now that's the beauty of this mount. I can actually unmount the thing and it still stays there very stably. All I need to do is do that and it's here in my hands. There's no chance of the phone falling down or anything. And to put it back in, all I need to do is find the bottom, just keep it like that, and then just push slightly. And there you go, it gets clamped in. That's what I love about this, about all of iOttie's car mounts. So the car mount actually costed me about $25. Now there's a version, I think it's the Easy One Touch 2, which costs maybe a little less than $20, but I've seen it go on sale for like $13 or even $14. And I think even that is a very good buy. Now the difference between the version 3 and all the older versions is the actual button that gets pushed. The button in the older versions was actually a much smaller button, and so if there was a case that had like a cutout for an Apple logo, or it had some sort of other design behind it, which kind of made a pattern, that button wouldn't get pressed, and so the latching mechanism wouldn't get activated. And that's the reason why I wanted to try out the version 3, because it has that larger button. But I'd say if you don't foresee having such a problem, you can just go for the version 2 or the older versions of this car mount, and they're absolutely fine or as good. One thing, however, I'd like to say is that the knobs or the nuts on the version 3 are actually more ergonomic. They're easier to handle and maneuver and do things. So that's another thing you want to consider as compared to any previous version. So that was my review of the Easy One Touch 3 from iOttie. I really love this car mount, and I'd say if you get it, you will definitely not be disappointed. If you liked the review, hit that thumbs up button. Until next time, see ya.